Well, there are some new services coming to Allen County, and here to help explain is Tammie Colon. She's the Executive Director for Mental Health and Recovery Services Board. Welcome, Tammie.
Thank you.
All right, so tell us about this new service program that's coming to Allen County.
Yeah. So Wings Recovery and Support is an independent organization. They're currently operating in Hardin County, but hopefully by the end of August, they'll be fully up and operated here in Allen County. And what they do is their primary mission is to provide peer recovery services. And that service is available to those individuals that are getting treatment in our community behavioral health agencies. But what we have not had is an agency that can offer it to individuals who are getting treatment in maybe a private office or a for-profit organization or by their primary care provider. So this organization does not do treatment. They're solely a peer recovery support agency, and so now they'll be able to serve more people in our community who are on their journey of recovery.
Right, so when you say peer recovery services, this is kind of like an outpatient type service, right?
Actually, peer recovery services is a service that's provided by individuals who have lived experience.
Okay.
Meaning they bring to the treatment for people who are in recovery and a real life understanding and experience of what they've gone through, either with mental health challenges and or substance use challenges. So they're not the college book educated folks most of the time, but they have a vast amount of knowledge by their own lived experience. And it really complements the work that's being done then in the clinical offices for people to have an opportunity to get into full recovery.
Yeah, and I would think that the patient would be able to relate more with the person that's helping because they've been through it. They've gone through it, and they're a success story.
Yep. You know, clinicians teach things. They teach how to change behavior, how to change thinking. They teach coping skills. They teach an understanding of the addiction. But what many of us don't know is what triggers really feel like. You know, what it really feels like to be homeless as a result of an addiction or a mental illness, the survival things that people have to go through when they're deep into their illness. But people with lived experience do.
Yeah.
And so that really brings an intimate understanding and trust for individuals to share that with somebody while they're also getting the clinical knowledge that they need around their disease and the help that they need.
Yeah, exactly. And so I would picture, you know, the fact that they're talking to somebody that has been through it, but also came out of through a success story, that they can kind of feel more hope.
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
Just seeing this, like, look who I'm talking to.
Absolutely.
They've been where I've been, and look where they've gone.
Yeah, because you know, something we forget is getting into recovery is amazing because it puts you on a safer journey. But there's a lot of shame and guilt and pain that comes in recovery.
Yeah.
That, you know, we just don't understand the losses that people experience. And sometimes they don't understand what they've experienced until they're there. But people who've walked the similar journey that you have, they do have a real good understanding.
Yeah, so they'll be offered the first time in Allen County. Now, there'll be a slight transition period, just quick.
Yep, so, you know, the board has always supported an organization called Changing Seasons that's been operated by Coleman Health Services. Well, as a result of organizational change, Coleman is vacating the facility where Changing Seasons is located, and Wings Recovery and Support is going to locate there.
Yeah.
So it made sense from a systemic point of view to also then ask Wings Recovery and Support Center if they would operate the Changing Seasons. So it had the oversight and the administration there on site that it needs to operate well. And they also operate peer centers in other communities. So it's a service that they're familiar doing. So Changing Seasons, as it's known to the community, which is an amazing program, is no longer operating. We're hoping that Wings Recovery and Support will get that up and operating by August. So there'll be a slight delay as we change operators, but the services will be the same that they've always been, which is a drop-in center to support people during the day who need structured activities and a meal and companionship.
Yeah, but that'll be such a good thing for Allen County. You know, the service has never been here, that will now be here.
Yeah, and we really want to support our private clinicians who are out there in the front lines doing hard work, but they don't have the full continuum of care. So this allows us to provide a service to their patients to help support the work that they're doing in the office with people.
Yeah, well, Tammie, thank you so much for the good updates,
Yeah.
and thanks for coming on today. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, well, don't go away because medical news is coming up next.